I've been training downwind lines with a normal wing and a normal front wing like the Gong Sirus XXL. Why? Good question. Glad you asked. Why wouldn't you take like a locate or parawing or like a paddle? But why do you take a normal wing to learn downwind foiling? Let me explain. I watched several other videos of people trying to get into parawinging or like locating, and it seems like not the easiest way to learn it. And I guess even when you know how to get up on foil with a parawing or with a locate, you will have still the difficulties to finding the bumps, reading the bumps and connecting them. And so you will fall a lot of times into the water, or you will at least like stop foiling, and you have to get up over and over and over again. And I guess getting up takes some patience and takes some energy and takes some time. So my idea was to first learn how to read like the bumps and how to like foil and do downwind lines with a normal front wing or with a normal ring I want to explain to you. I haven't seen anyone so far now that really packed his locate away really quick and really like threw it out in the next second. And I guess for that, if you're really a beginner at like learning to downwind like me, it's probably helpful to do it with the wing. And so I guess even if you're perfectly trained and then used to the locate, to the parawing, still you need to be able to do downwinders and read the bumps, connect the bumps, and then draw your lines. And so since I want to go on lakes, I thought it's probably better to learn it with the wing. And there are a few advantages I want to tell you, and I will show you footage from me trying to read the bumps on a really small day. Like you can use a paddle, you can use a locate, but if you don't know how to harness the energy of the waves and you're not able to connect them, then it will take a lot of time and energy to get up foiling, no matter if you use a paddle or a locate parawing. So that's why I wanted to learn it first. And the cool thing about foiling with a wing is that I can let go of my backhand really easily, and then the wing is flying in the air and I can foil and harvest the energy of the wave. And if I need the energy again, I just pull my second hand and pull the wing again, and then I have still some power to easily foil again and to go upwind again. And so I can really switch and easily adapt between like trying to get a wave or like a bump, and then if I'm not able to connect it with the next wave, or if I've connected one or two waves, but then I notice I don't have the energy anymore, or I lost like then the wave, or I don't see a next wave to foil on, I can very quickly pull the wing back and get the energy and foil without like even going down on the water. And so I've been doing this a lot of time. I've been foiling a lot the last month. I think it's really great to learn reading and then like getting those downwind lines that you need later with like a paddle or with like a parawing, a locate. Then I want to share 3 tips that helped me on this journey. Usually I like to look at 3 bumps in a row. The first one I use like as a visual marker. I don't take the first bump, but I go on the second one and then have the first bump in front of me, and I have a visual marker where I can position myself with a foil. And it's like difficult to look back, but if I see where the wave is in front of me, I know kind of where the wave is below me. And then if I still one more wave behind me, if I lose this one, I can still take the one that is further back. That is the first tip that helped me. The second tip, which was like from the podcast Matt Foil, where Dave West was talking, he was talking that like a beginner mistake is that you still try to pump because you're afraid that you like kind of lose the energy and the glide. And so when the wave is coming, you're still pumping like crazy, but to really harvest the energy of the bump, you have to wait and just like glide, and then the wave will usually catch you if you're positioned perfectly in the wave. The third one is kind of maybe the most important one. It matters really much how high or how low you're on the wave, since it's a lake and the wind is not too much. It's like usually between like 10 or maybe like 12, 13, 14, 15 knots. And so like the energy of the wave is really in the upper part, and there's like no ocean swell, so there's not so much energy down below. So you have to be really high up with the foil, with the mast, that you can really harvest the energy. And that's my like third tip that helped me really much to harvest the energy of the small bumps. Since they are small, it helps me to have a big front wing like the Sirus XXL, because I have a lot of glide and I have a lot of lift, so I have a lot of time to be on the wave, to still glide if I don't find the next wave to go. And so in the beginning, it's easier to catch a wave with a big front wing, and then if I'm really good with the Sirus XXL, I probably go down with like smaller wings and try to go downwind foiling. Then I have like, basically I'm using two different wings. I'm using the Sirus XXL and the Sirus L. I can also pump up like with the Sirus L in like 9 to 10 knots, maybe with a gust at like 12 knots to start flying. It's definitely faster if you have like the small size, like the Sirus L is much faster than the Sirus XXL. But if there's not much wind, I have troubles really gaining height, and what I'm usually doing, I'm like gaining a lot of height, and then on the way back I'm trying to go downwinding. And since I'm good with one foot, I try always one direction to go downwind, and then the second one I go back up and gain height. And with a big front wind like the Sirus XXL, it's like much easier to go with like low winds, but it's also much easier for me to really gain a lot of height, and that helps me to enjoy a bit more space of going downwind. And so you can go with the Sirus L, but like for really small bumps, it's difficult to like connect the bumps, and with like a bigger front wind in the beginning, it's easier. At some later point in time, I will probably switch like to a different front wing that is better suited for downwinders, but since it's a bit technical, I will probably wait a bit. So I think that the Sirus XXL is like the perfect entry point to kind of learn and to have like only few wings, because I don't like to have lots of gear. I'm a kite surfer and I love to surf and surf a lot of gear, and I don't want to have too much. So basically I'm having two like front wings, the Sirus L and the Sirus XXL, and then I'm using the Sirus Stab M and like XXL. And so with this board, which is like perfect for downwinding and for like low wind in the length of 7, it suits me very well. And so I have one wing, the Gong Plus, with a size of 5. I can use it in most conditions on Lake Uri, which is really lovely. And I was really amazed how much wind there is. Usually it's like around like 9 to 12 knots. And if it's sunny, then usually you have this kind of wind. So this is what I wanted to share with you on my downwind journey. I ordered the low kite, the Plus, to get into low kiting, but since it's only arriving in May, I wanted to use my time to really try to improve on my downwind skills, because they are quite few. If you have any questions, feel free to write and comment. If I forgot to say something or if I said something completely wrong, you can write it down. Thank you for watching, for supporting this channel. Have a great day, and may the foil be with you always.